The county's coronavirus case rate is back in the highest tier after the state changed the metric once again. Welcome back. I'm Barbara Lee Edwards.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. The county reported 247 new cases out of more than 4,500 tests for a positive rate of about 5%. The 14-day rolling average is now at 4.5%. 12 new deaths were reported, bringing that total to 721. SDSU also reported 44 confirmed or probable cases, bringing their total to 444.
San Diego now has an adjusted rate of 7.9, and a News 8 analysis shows that it could go higher. Tonight, Brandon Lewis takes us beyond the numbers to explain how we got here and why it's happening.
Yeah, Carlo and Barbara Lee, to say that our case rate is in flux would be an understatement. There are two main issues here: below average testing and slow turnaround times. The state is giving us a pass for now, but we went back and checked and found the case rate is higher than what's been reported for more than a week.
The state has calculated San Diego to have a case rate of 5.8.
When San Diego County officials report our case rate, it's sometimes a dated figure since the state only reviews it weekly. That 5.8 figure was actually calculated days earlier, and more positive case results have come in, pushing it higher. The state looks at episode date, or when symptoms began, not when the results came back. That means for positive test results that come back more than 14 days after a person starts feeling sick, well, those results are never factored into our case rate. For example, we found the 5.8 case rate reported last Tuesday would now be 6.9 after adding in all the late positives. We then looked at the rate reported each day last week, and they all had higher rates than reported after adding in late cases.
In order to move from one tier to another, you need 2 consecutive weeks of data in that tier. And so if we saw a significant increase or a slight increase over 7, we would have to be there for 2 consecutive weeks before we would officially move into the purple tier.
The second problem is how many tests are being performed. The state is penalizing us for not doing enough. So this week, instead of having a case rate of 6.9, the state adjusted it to 7.9, and that's before accounting for results that are still pending. Now, typically, this would start a countdown to potentially put us into Tier 1 when schools are closed and restaurants take out only, but the state is giving us a 2-week pass. The county argues the state is missing results from some testing sites, and that makes us look worse than we are, but it's unable to say exactly how many and if it's enough to keep us out of Tier 1.
There's been challenges, and local health officers across the state are concerned about that. So we are still talking with the state, but right now, what is current is that we are at 6.9.
The state says its goal is to avoid having any county backslide. So we may not go back into Tier 1, but we may have to spend longer in our current tier in order to give us time to fix some of these data issues and speed up processing times.